just the facts, ma'am.
Okay, we've got a big day coming up. It'll be January 5th, and that will be the runoff election for not one, but two, both of the U.S. Senate seats in Georgia. In each case, we have very strong candidates who got a lot of votes, but the way they were structured, they had to get 50%, and apparently neither race produced a 50% winner. Now, the situation is the Republicans really need both, but they can survive with one of the two. I think if they win, they'll win both, by the way, if the election is fairly conducted, which is a big if in America today, as I said in my first segment. And then number two is the Democrats need both to get control of the Senate. The Republicans need only one to keep control of the Senate. But I do think that they're going to carry both. I'm just making an easy prediction now since Georgia is largely Republican. Both of the candidates got a lot of votes. And what happens in a runoff election is that when you don't have the big ticket, the president is no longer on the ballot, is the turnout in runoff elections tends to be highly motivated, politically active people and all that. It will favor an older geographic, which generally speaking is probably going to favor Trump. The COVID-19 is surging right now, which supposedly hurt Trump. But also we had some very good pharmaceutical news this week. If that turns out to be correct, one is an excellent treatment approved, announced today. Yesterday, a 90% effective vaccine announced. These are huge developments, especially at a time when cases are surging. And so I think that if people view the future positively, that will favor both of these Republican candidates. And again, they are in a strongly Republican state, although somebody wrote somewhere today, I said, they're saying Stacey Abrams, who's an awful candidate, in my opinion, has helped turn Georgia from red to purple. I don't think Georgia's turned purple. I think somebody's been diddling with the election results, and hopefully they're going to get that under control very quickly in a Republican-controlled state. But it is interesting, and I think one of the things that both Republican candidates has promised to do is that good old Chucky Schumer from New York said that we're going to change the world. We're going to change the world. We're going to change America when we get control of the Senate. And I think that is a very scary, and again, ties into my second segment of a very pro-socialist agenda. Now, again, I don't think that they can get that through Joe Biden. But remember that the last time that the Democrats had control of all three houses, we got this nightmare called Obamacare. And of course, the Democrats ran on Obamacare, bringing it back or salvaging it. And I think that was a foolish thing to do because so many Americans cannot afford health insurance, because what Obamacare did is it mandated a Cadillac healthcare plan for all Americans, which means that you and I, who are probably not planning to have any more children, are paying a lot of extra so that other people can have extra children. And it's like, doesn't it seem like the health insurance should be tailored to the individual markets and not burdening the entire world with these huge Cadillac healthcare plans, which is what Obamacare did. And we, in a different segment, talked about the failure of Obamacare and the fact that they may not prohibit people getting insurance for pre-existing conditions, but there's no price controls. So without price controls, you don't have coverage for pre-existing conditions because people are being quoted $2,000, $2,500 a month for individual coverage if they are not in a group health plan. And so so anyway, I don't think that we need more of that kind of stuff from all three houses. So also the American people kind of like the stock market kind of likes it also, having a little diversity in the houses, because it creates gridlock. And you say, gridlock, that sounds like an awful thing. The problem with gridlock is that it keeps the markets happy, because the one thing that the stock market and the related markets don't like is change. They don't like things that, well, they like change if it's predictable. If unemployment goes down, the stock market goes up. That's predictable. But in terms of having wild cards, like, gee, we don't know what Congress is going to do next month. What crazy things will they do? Will they jack up taxes and stuff like that? That makes the stock market nervous. So anyway, it's going to be a pretty crazy year right through the rest of it. And, you know, the cliche we've got, it's 2020 all year.
I know. For 2 more months.
Absolutely. And we did want to mention before we go today that I will be returning 1 o'clock on Saturday of the big shopping weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, the Black Friday weekend. And we'll be coming back on Saturday to do a special on small business.
Yes, I want to make sure we talk about that. So if you're interested in getting more information, please put your email address in the comments, or just put in there you're interested in more information. David is, as we said earlier, he is his company is Claremont Management Group. He is a small business consultant, a small business support. He does a lot with small business in the city of Houston, and he's also on the board of one of our largest chambers, the Heights Chamber. So what we've asked David to do on November 28th, which is Small Business Saturday, American Express sponsors the entire day. You'll be hearing a lot more from it. David's going to be doing a webinar at 1 o'clock Central Time for small businesses. And we'll give you more details as the month unfolds. Just want to let you know, to mark it on your calendar, 1 p.m., November 28th, and that's 1 p.m. Central Time. So 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific. So, and then 12 Mountain. That's all of the time zones in our country. So we look forward to it. Again, if you have any questions, if there's anything specific you want to make sure he covers for small businesses, then you can let us know that in the comments as well. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you, David. Remember to get your copy. Makes a great Christmas gift. Election's over as far as our part of it. So no more reading it to see who to vote for. However, make a great gift for that person on your list that is interested in the state of our country and what's gone on. For a person that's a historian or interested in history would love to read the book. So thank you again, David. This has been a great morning. Lots of great, for us, it's great stuff to talk about anyway. So not exactly the greatest thing to experience, but it is fun to talk about. So thank you for being here and for all your insight into what's going on in our country. And we'll see you back again next Tuesday at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much.